ashamed of? Pause. What are you ashamed of? Is it coming to you? Well, here goes for starters. Now, a lot of people see shame as something that is bad. In a sense, it can be when it's causing more harm than good. Now, anthropologically, shame is what humans use to keep everybody in line. So if you are in a society where it is encouraged for you to dance at 7 a.m. in the morning and you refuse to dance at 7 a.m. in the morning, you will be shamed. Oh yes, you will be shamed. People are like, who's this wizard? Don't you know in this village we dance at 7 a.m. in the morning? And so from generation to generation, for over 2 or 3 millennia, in fact, way before people started to write, it was very clear that when a group of persons are together, they adhere to certain rules and regulations. And when you don't, you are excommunicated from the group. Now, this is the 21st century, over 21 centuries now, and we're doing pretty good, one would say. Yeah, everybody's doing pretty well. There's some things that still make us embarrassed, some things that still make us feel ashamed. Now, number one, infidelity. But here's the problem. You see, when a man is caught cheating, right? If he has not been caught, he doesn't feel ashamed. If you never catch him, he doesn't feel ashamed. And sometimes, even when he's caught, I'm a man. But when a woman is caught, you all know the story. It turns to be, a bit of a news. You see all those bloggers. Oh, popular celebrity has been caught in another man's house. Hey, everybody shouting. Hey, as though, it's their fault that they got caught. It's very weird. It's kind of like, oh no, these kind of people, you cannot catch them cheating. So here's my question: is shame specific? Are there certain things that men are more likely to be ashamed about than women, and vice versa? In your opinion, as you call this morning, is there something that, if it were to happen to you, you will feel way more ashamed than if it was to happen to another person? Back in those days, we used to make fun of those who would come last in our classrooms. How many of you remember that? Last, you came last. 27 out of 27 people, or 45th out of 45 people. What? And then shame. Oh, that was not good. It really wasn't, because whilst the idea was to get the child to be, more engaged in their work, become a much better person, the teachers and indeed us as children, we contributed to that person's insecurity. We contribute to that, harassment. We contribute to that person's disgust for the larger society. That's why you find some people who are just antagonistic, because you shame them. But like I said, shame too can be helpful. You catch somebody cheating, you should shame them, shouldn't you? A kidnapper should be ashamed that his family name has been run to the ground. Your policemen, they should be ashamed that they're on the road collecting 50 naira, 100 naira when they have children who will probably be looking at them as my daddy, the king of the house. Anywho, who has more shame?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
So who has more things to be ashamed of? Let's find out. Zero 817 923 0003 at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Do me a favor, send me a telegram 0809 030 on WhatsApp. Muriel's on the line from Okrika. Good morning to you, Muriel. Welcome.
Hello, Jude. Good morning.
Good
Happy
mo-
weekend.
Good morning. It's Friday.
Yes, Jude. Thank you. Well, Jude, I think shame is not spelled with a different letter for a woman than with different letters for a man.
Really?
Shame is shame. Yes. What makes a woman feel guilty and ashamed to also make a man feel guilty? Sin is sin. God did not define a man's sin and a woman's sin separately. All of us are the same. We are human. So if adultery and infidelity makes a woman feel ashamed and she will be embarrassed, be abused, be disgraced, same should go for the man. Look, they will say, oh, he's African. I know that here in the Bible, somebody will come and say, no, I mean, a man in the Bible, Solomon can marry this. Because then after they won't have, you know. But trust me, God does not love sin. It is wrong. And if you take in the Bible, all of them, even David himself, you see that they will always apologize, pray for, ask for forgiveness for all this adultery, all this infidelity. That is to say, God does not like it both for the man and the woman.
But Muriel, Daniel is on the line in PH. Before I let you go and answer that, let me ask you this one question very simply. Are you saying, or do you believe that there are certain things that you as a woman would do, right? That if a man does, the man will feel ashamed, or that there are certain things that a man would do, and you as a woman be like, this man no try. Are you saying there's nothing like that? That we all have
No,
the same.
there's nothing like that anymore.
Really?
Whatever a man does, yes. Society said a man is B. He does not come home till 2:00. Leave a man, he go rest in life. He carries girl, a small girl. Now man, now he may be happy to marry.
But see, the man is not ashamed now. But if the man didn't have money, wouldn't he be ashamed?
Because they encourage him. That's not shame. The society blames him.
So worry. So
all remorse for the man most time.
Ultimately,
he has a Christian heart on his own.
Christian heart, ba. Oh dear. But that's the question. All right. So it's not just about infidelity or adultery or philandering. There's so many things that could cause shame. For example, when a child doesn't get 10/10 or doesn't get 7/10, the child could feel embarrassed, could feel ashamed, particularly if the child is teased. Now, but the question is, what happens if the child is male or female? Are those parameters now varied? There were homes where the son could come home with a result of 9/10. 9/10, and the child will be like, hey, God, I didn't get this 10/10. My daddy will say, that other person, does he have two heads? And in that same house, when his younger sister, for example, will come home in our modern society, it would be terrible for them. Or is it more with the men? When we come back. So it's shame this morning. That's our conversation. The shame game. Who gets to feel more shame? Should you be ashamed of doing something left, right, or center? Well, there's a man who knows a little bit about having levels. Yes, that man is speaking to us right now. He's somewhere around the world doing big things for big people. Everybody calls him the Oracle. Apparently, he has seen the future in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, joining me via telephone is Sam Oracle Chinedu. Sam, good morning to you.
No, hold on, Jude. Hold on. First of all, I was not sure if I was supposed to receive this call.
Oh no. That's why it's good like this. You don't know what's going to happen.
This is an ambush.
Yes, it is. It is, Sam. Which is why I have to ask you straight away, Sam. Sam, let me ask you: if their wife, wait now,
did
Sam.
not do it.
Sam,
That's the answer. I didn't do it.
you didn't do it. Fine, Sam. If your wife catches you stealing pomo or chicken from the pot, or you had agreed, honey, I will not eat this loaf of bread, and then as she just leaves the house, you now, as a dogu that you are, you went there, opened the fridge, and cut the bread. As you were cutting the bread, your wife comes in. Would you be ashamed that your wife caught you stealing slices of bread?
No, for two reasons. What's the definition of stealing?
They say it's not your own. You were to carry it. It's not your own.
Exactly. You can't steal what you paid for. If you brought the money for food.
No. She brought it. You did not give her any money. She just put the bread inside there. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Don't touch it, oh. Please don't touch it. I want to give it to mommy favor. You say okay.
Okay. So that particular one is how she bought it. Yeah, so for many years we've been sharing my own. Understand? So if I eat this her own, there will be no problem. Secondly, if it's so serious that maybe that bread she really wanted to give someone, we'll bring money and go and replace it now. Say, oh, sorry, the thing just hold me. Or I take go and buy another one. No quarrel, no fight. But if I'm broke and I can't give her money at the time, we'll have to find a way.
You have to find a way, but the bread must be eaten.
Yeah. If it has already been eaten, if the damage has been done, then we definitely have to find a way. But I don't think, this is my personal opinion, that a man who brings money can steal from himself. I don't think so.
All right, so that's on the home front. But we're talking about shame this morning, and I have so many reports here, and one made me think of you. So let's get to it. So let's say there are things that we're all ashamed of, and shame basically is nature's way of putting us in line so that we can all sit down in the same community, in the same umuna, and say, my people, we are one. But if you do something wrong, you should feel ashamed for doing it. Now, do you think there are some things in Nigeria that men are more ashamed about than women are? Are there things that women in this country will feel more ashamed of if it was to happen to them than men would? Some say, oh, look, if you catch a woman cheating, I beg your pardon, she's more embarrassed than if the man doesn't have money. The messenger, someone doesn't have money, the man will be ashamed, as opposed to if it's the woman that doesn't have money. And some say if some children know that their father doesn't have money, their mother doesn't have money, they will hide their head in shame. Are there things that fit that profile for you as a Nigerian?
I think